Hello there, how are you doing? How is the year treating you? Hope good. Well, you're welcome to this very special edition of The Standpoint. You know the year 2016 is all about the responsible woman. We've talked about this before, the responsible woman. 2015 was upping your game as a woman. 2016 is all about being responsible, taking care, taking charge of your life, your family, your society, and being in control, fulfilling purpose responsibly. Today we are going to look at parenting. Parenting in this era, technology, where mothers are very, very busy. Busy about good things, but busy about being very competitive as well. My child must always have the best, better than my sisters, my friends' children. My child must do better, no matter her weakness, her strength, whatever it is. If my neighbor's child wants to be a doctor, then my child, by all means, has to be a better doctor. My name is Gifty, Auntie. I welcome you to The Standpoint. Today is going to be very, very educative, very, very exciting. And yes, we have Mr. Straight Shooter among us. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. We are in for trouble today. We take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk more. But let me say thank you to GTP New Style for my cloth, Ophelia Crossline Design Source for me, and Matilda Hood Couture take care of my accessories. Today, yes, my bead is made from car tie tube, brass, and some little beads. Yes, car tie, the tube in the car tie. It's only this crazy, friend of mine, Matilda, and her partner, who can do this for me. Makeup applied by Aligina Makeover, and the product supplied by Paba Cosmetics. We'll be back.
I am the first lady of this house, and there's no place for nasty coughs here. I remember when Dustin came down with a terrible cough. He was coughing louder than a trotro engine. I took charge. Ernest, my darling has a nasty cough.
He needs stop cough.
Stop cough.
Stop cough will take off his throat and chest congestion.
Take control of your family's health needs. Stop the cough with Stop Cough from NS Chemist Limited. Stop that irritating cough.
And in no time, my darling was better and back to his best.
Stop Cough from Ernest Chemists.
Watching The Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by Anointed Electrical Engineering Services. They are the generator expert. We are also supported by Supermalt. Supermalt, very low in sugar. Olive leaf extract sponsors us. NS Chemist, producers of anti-Mary gripe water, and Stop Cough also sponsors us. This program is also aired on ABN TV, on Sky Channel 235, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada, Asia, and North Africa. Our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. You can always watch The Standpoint various episodes there anytime, and it is powered by Dream Over. Seated right opposite me as my own sister from the same mother. Because her mother is my mother as well. She is Mrs. Nana Pokria Baini, the Chief Executive Officer and Head of Honeywell School. Good to have you back on the Standpoint.
Thank you.
Okay, I will jump and come to before I get to that one because I know the middle is trouble. Well, let me go according to my next to Nana is Reverend Counselor George Cyril Constantine.
Good. One Ghana city for you.
Thank you. Lutrots is the Chief Executive Officer of WAG.
WAG, yes.
It's WAG.
Yeah, WAG.
WAG Consult Limited, Relationship and Marriage Consultancy, and he's also a relationship expert, and he specializes in sex therapy in marriages. Yes. And then next to him is another very dear sister of mine. She's Dr. Christina Amma. She is the Deputy Head, University of Ghana Basic School. Good to have you on the Standpoint, finally.
Thank you very much, Gifty.
It's good to have you here.
I'm elated to be here.
Okay, and I must also add that all three are parents. And when I say parents, I mean biological parents, and that they raise other kids as well. Let me start with you. How do you see parenting today?
Parenting in this era is one critical one. In this violent, morally permissive, confused, anything goes world that we live in today.
I like that.
Permissive,
confusing, anything
morally
goes
permissive.
Exactly. You have described the world we live in.
Confused, violent. Anything goes world that we live in today makes parenting very trying, very difficult for any adult. We have moved from the system of overly strict to now overly permissive. We have opened our doors. Children can come in anytime and ask any questions, and we take it for granted. Oh, mebano on the son or tear.
Yeah.
We have also moved away from what it actually takes. The world has a lot of knowledge and it increases by the day. But what we have also forgotten, or what we do not have, is the revealed spiritual knowledge. And this revealed spiritual knowledge is what we need in order to be able to be good parents and to bring the children up in the way they have to go. This particular one is out of our educational system, spiritual and moral. The system of education today cuts that one out.
Also for please correct it. Thank you.
Sorry, correction. Ohiniri, Gifty, Auntie.
Yes, Papa.
Marriage is good for you. I can see the stats. Your chicks were okay, but now it's good for you. You don't see anything, because if you say anything, viewers, you all know there's a change actually. It's a good crossover for her actually, and we thank your husband so much for for keeping this machine up to this time. Well, I want to say thank you to my wife for my clothing line.
Yes,
I mean, she makes me who I am.
As for her, God bless her.
It's true.
Your wife has tried. Yes.
You know, let me tell you this funny thing. The day my wife delivered, and everybody in the, I work in the hospital, they were like, "Hey, Rev, yours, see your son, see your son, see your daughter, see your daughter." I told them, my interest is not his children. My interest is my wife. And they got offended. But today they understand why. If my wife delivers, I can have children anywhere I want.
Yeah.
But that woman, I can't get her again.
Right.
So my interest has never been my children. They have never been my children. And I tell every man, any man whose focus is the children and not their wife will die early and will become a wicked ghost. Because when you have time for your wife, she tells the children who you are. And that is proper parenting. For me, my view of parenting now in Ghana is zookeeping and poultry farming. Children have privileges. And those privileges are enshrined in us. So when your child misbehaves, you should be punished. Look at us today. A vice chancellor's daughter will misbehave. A minister's daughter will misbehave, and we have nothing to do because they're untouchable. Shame and disgrace. We are sitting down. Pastors' daughters are worse. Oh, let's say it on record. If you are a man, you are not married, you have no value. Because there's nothing a man can do without a wife. Because they make a home. So parenting is not when a man is shouting. But when a man shouting has been silenced by a woman to control the children. So what's the cross boundary here? We came to this point where women refuse to add value to themselves. Anything they see in trouser is valuable to impregnate them, including people's husbands. Parenting starts with a default setting in the mind of every child, and that is a male and a female.
You know, Nana, I was sad when a woman one day walked to me. You know, I get to them here all the time, and said, Gifty, you won't believe it. My daughter tells me not to come and visit her again because I come in a trotro.
Is it her daughter telling her?
Yes, don't come to visit me again.
And she came to tell you?
Yes.
Did she tell you what she did from that statement, or she just came to tell you?
No, she came to tell me that she was sad.
God, what
and she wants me to talk to them. She was very sad and broken.
You know, I agree largely with what Reverend Counselor said and what the doctor said. I don't hold an extremist view about child upbringing because I see the babies right from when they are born, 2 months, 3 months. And if we go according to the Bible, at that point, they are like God. We learn from them. At that point, they are so innocent, they don't know anything. And we as adults have to teach them how to grow up in the way of God. So that we in turn pollute them. As parents, if we are struggling, there's so much strife in us to be like other people, our children will copy us. That is one aspect of parenting that we are supposed to live and set an example. We have to be consistent with that example that we are setting. For instance, I can never let my child do whatever she wants. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. My children give me names. Good. From Marijata to Gaddafi to anything in the world. But I know in my heart that I'm doing the best for them. And I stand by it morning, noon, and night. You have to make them aware from the beginning. And you have to be consistent. My child cannot go out and come at any time. I have a 17-year-old. She can never. And if she tries it, there will be a lot of problems for her.
Congratulations.
I'm telling you, my child is not perfect. My older daughter is not perfect. She has her setbacks. But because you move from childhood to adolescent stage, that is when all the problems set in. So you as a parent, you have to clamp down perpetually and be there. You must have about 10 eyes all the time. And tell her that, yes, your friends may be doing it. It doesn't mean it's the right thing. And it doesn't mean that an adult knows the best so that your child will go for a sleepover. Your child can go for a sleepover and that will be the end of her being a child. She will lose her innocence. So long as you plant a good seed, you will yield and bear that good fruit. So that is what we, the parents, we have to be very careful. If your child is doing the wrong thing and you are aware of it, don't say you don't want to hurt your child's feeling in public. You know what he will do or she will do? She will hurt yours later on in public where you have to bow down your head in shame. So we have to be very careful how we treat our children and how we bring them up. Money is not all. If you cannot even raise a child who can clean, who can respect adults, who can even respect the views of their parents, because this world is changing so much. We used to walk to school. I'm afraid to let my children walk to school because you don't know who is walking by, who is even going to pervert your child. So we have to let them understand and put your foot. There is nothing wrong with putting your foot down. Yeah. There is nothing wrong. And the world is so dangerous that if you are a parent and you make a lot of money and you think that your child is absolved from any kind of outside influence, you have a big shock.
There was a time I was driving in traffic and it was a heavy traffic stop. I don't want to mention the area because where the guy is, it's quite obvious that you'll be identified. Then he knocked on my window and I was afraid. But he said, oh, madam, I won't hurt you. I won't hurt you. I just want to tell you something. I rolled down and he said, madam, I want you to discuss something on your program. It's all about parenting. That parents must look and study their children. And that if you're a boy growing up, and you have feminine tendencies, and I say this with a lot of emotion because I was very sad. You have feminine tendencies. Your parents should be able to tell you that, yes, you behave like a girl, but you are not a girl. You are a boy. And then he said it, so that when you get to age 13, nobody can come and convince you to sleep with you. Then immediately I knew that was what happened to him. 13 years, somebody said that, no, it's, you are feminine, you are not like you can't have a girl, so I have to have you. And then he's now obviously,
you
gay.
See, the issue is like you said, I said parenting starts from pregnancy. There are a lot of women today who are refusing their sons to grow like the men who impregnated them, and that's the challenge. I want to raise him not to be like this man who is married to me. But it's the man over you. This is the man you allow over you. So people don't understand why I say if there's a bad man, you walk out. Because you raise bad children. The fact that you are shielding them not to become like their father, they are looking at their father. The default setting in every child is a male and a female. My sister, bad marriages today are because of bad parenting. Because there is no delay of gratification, which is part of parenting. Gone are the days. If you are hungry and the process is fufu and grano soup or palm nut soup, you wait for the process. After pounding, you think it's ready to eat. And the most wicked side from my mother's angle is that because they know you are hungry, you bath fast and come. They say, wait, let me bath your back for you. You understand? They don't provide you with an alternative. As is going on now. I see women cooking 4 dishes for supper. Hey! For the way.
Daddy will eat something different. Daddy will eat something different.
What is this? Who taught you this? Is this prosperity or demonic attack or witchcraft? Or what? What is that? Did you know what I'm talking about? You get it? So at the end of the day, what father eats is what we all eat. Abena. So you don't get tired as a woman. But right now, I can't go to a home and when I knock the door, the small boy in the house will come and open the door to me and distract me. This is casual literature. The man who talks on the TV, Mommy, it is very wretched. And then you come and tell me, oh, as for my son, he's so clever. I see how useless and aimless you are in this house. Immediately.
On that note, let me take a break. We'll be back. You're watching The Standpoint. Let me say thank you to our supporters. Pilco Fruit Juices. They produce the daily fruit juices. 100% fruit-based juice. Water is Awake. And Awake is by Casapreco Company Limited. Go-Got Yogurt provides us with nutritious yogurt every time we are recording. Cake Technique also provides us with some refreshment. And Mark Catering Services cooks for us. Yep, cleaning services to make sure that we have a beautiful and clean environment, and pots provided by Matamis. If you have the pots in your house, very African, this is used like a center table. You can get it all the time. And my Christmas decor, because we are still in the Christmas mood, is by Wedding Empire. We take a short break. When we come back, more hard talk. You need to sit up and listen. As a parent, if you are getting up because you know that you're not doing the right thing and you're getting upset, you should be ashamed of yourself. Sit tight. We'll be back.
There is this new generator set we would like to introduce to you in this era of power outages.
I hope this time around you're going to give us something better.
Yes. Let's go out and have a test run.
Hey, you call this box a generator? Get a quality one from Anointed Electrical Engineering Services.
Come to Anointed Electrical Engineering Services for a permanent solution to your power problems. We do 24/7 after-sales service, sales of spare parts for all generators and cables, and we repair all generators even if you didn't buy from us. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House off of Dokomala Main Road. Anointed, the generator experts.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. Today I have a very, very active audience, and they are from Bethel Methodist Women's Fellowship and Christ Preachers Church International. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much. But Dr. Christine, so what do we do? Because obviously we have lost it. Or we are losing, okay, I won't say we have lost it. We are losing it.
We are losing it.
How do we get back to basics?
Right. I'll go back a little. We must understand one thing, which I think we haven't actually understood. Your environment trains your children, whether you like it or not. The environment trains your children more than you do. And what are these environments? We have the church, we have the home itself, we have films, we have internet, we have almost a lot of things around us. All these train the children. We have to accept it. Because at school, certain things you have no control over. We have to accept that all these environments train our children. So what we need to do is to control it. Instead of always giving rules. We give rules to our children. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. But are we controlling it? Don't make friends. We have said it. That is the caption. That is it. I don't like bad friends. But then you accept it when your child brings his or her friends home. You can see that there's a bad one in there, but you cook, you give them drinks, they eat, they go. We have to control. There should be some control. We don't have to forget about that. Aside that, what are we doing as parents as well in the area of training? Are we talking, I mentioned communication, which is very, very important. How are we communicating? Are we reacting rather than effective responses that we give them? Let's take, for example, when we have to talk about our teenagers, and that is where most times the problems come from. In the area of sex education, what are we doing? As mothers, as fathers, are we talking to our children on sex? We did not have this as when we were growing, and most people in this audience will tell me, "Oh, me dem ferry, me to me about sex." But here we are. We have girls. We have daughters, we have sons, and they are growing. What are we doing?
Pregnant, you know, the sad part is, I heard one official say that, oh, teenage pregnancy rate is going down. And I said,
going down? Which statistics are we giving to us?
How is it going down? Are they causing abortion? Could that be the result why they are not getting pregnant? Because they are having sex.
Yes, they are. And you'll be very surprised about some
smart.
of that's
and
right.
All sorts of things.
Letters as early as 11, 12. Letters that you see from the children are very surprising. They write to their mates. And when you read things that these children can say, parents come and they are surprised. Friends come to you with letters that your words have written, and you are shocked. And some parents do not even know that their words can do this. So are you talking to them? Your child reaches the age of, say, 8, 9, 10. Open things up to them because they know. Oh, remember, the environment is training them. Yes. So talk to them very early. Yes. Talk to them about sex.
Let me go to Nana and come. And the interesting thing is, when we are having such educative program and we mention sex, then parents are saying, and kids are watching. Really?
Well, from my point of view as a parent and as an educationist, there are two things. When we talk about parenting, we are all looking for a desired outcome. So how do you picture your child in the future? How do you as a parent, what will your child do to make you proud? You have that vaguely at the back of your mind. So if whatever action you take now, you know, from the point of view of a psychologist, I would say that whatever happens now is going to affect the child forever and ever in future. So when it comes to discipline and other things, because your child is going to go out there in the world, what I always tell parents is that don't tell your child, don't say this. Let them know that this is wrong. Because they will definitely go out there and hear someone say it. If they've never heard it before, they'll probably think it's a cool thing to do. For me, I never tell my child that, don't talk to this person, don't do this. She herself will try and minimize contact or influence of that person in their life. But as time goes on, they probably will cut them off, or they'll know how to live with them without, you know, getting into trouble. Because when you get to school and you are not doing what other people are doing, they will start teasing you, peer pressure. Oh, this one, she's the Virgin Mary. If you are not having sex, they'll tell you, this is the Virgin Mary. Then they will laugh at you to the point where you'll be miserable. So you have to teach your child to be confident, and that's when the family values come in. If you have a strong family, you don't care what other people are doing. So that if the family is strong, they will benefit from, the child will benefit from that confidence they get from home. Because I never felt pressure from it. I don't know what peer pressure is. When people say it, I always say that it is very difficult for anybody to change my mind. Like, my mother or my father can, or they can, you know, convince me, but it's very difficult for a friend to tell me, let's do this, and I'll do it. I don't know. I don't have that, you know. But if you are disciplining your child also to the point where your child becomes so submissive, then your child becomes hit on. They lack self-esteem, so that other evil or bad or violent people can prey on your child. So when you're disciplining your child, you have to be careful. You have to take the personality of the child into consideration.
Because if you let them become submissive,
then you have a bigger problem.
Any other older person tells them to do, they said, oh, this is an older person, so I listen. But it could be that they're coming from a very bad...
That is why I always say, measure the way you do things and be a smart parent. Don't just apply anything that you see or you feel you should do. That's where the problems also come from. So we also have to be very careful as parents.
Councillor?
Yeah, I believe that charity doesn't begin in any of the schools or the churches. It begins at home. So a bad child is made from a home. And any child who doesn't respect is made by a woman.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, yes. If you see any child who doesn't respect, it's made by a woman. Because women are supposed to train, not men. Men instruct, women train. So when you see a child who is afraid of the father without the mother, then there's a problem. Those times when they say people are being bad girls, I are sinning, I are disco. Make a phone.
Oh, but
Reverend, is that not it?
That's how it was.
What is it? Your children are home downloading pornography. A woman is now having milestone because she bought a MacBook for the daughter, and the daughter was sleeping in this era of 4 gig internet, and said, "Oh, Wabre was going to flip off." And it was pornography of lesbians that she has registered. The girl is just 12.
Very sad though, but
you understand? I'm saying that you people are doing well with your new technology, but you are doing well in the wrong direction.
Okay, hold on, hold on, don't come in again. You're watching The Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator expert, super malt, that malt with very low sugar content and keeps you healthy as well. Olive leaf extract, Australia's #1 herbal-based medicine, which is very good for you. It strengthens you and keeps you away from the doctor. We also say thank you to NS Chemist. They produce anti-Mary gripe water and stop cough. My cloth is by GTP New Style and Ophelia Crossland Design Sews for Me. MHC Matilda Hood Couture, headed by Matilda, and Yao made my accessories, my beads, and makeup applied by Aligina Makeover, and Papa Cosmetics provide the makeup products. We'll be back.
Pollution from today's environment can be found in the air, water, household products, and even our foods. These chemicals increase harmful free radicals in our bodies, causing many of today's diseases. Antioxidants found in olive leaves protect us from these effects. Made in Australia, Comvita olive leaf extract is 100% natural from fresh picked leaves. With powerful antioxidants, 40 times more than extra virgin olive oil, 400% more than vitamin C, and 16 times more than noni, Comvita olive leaf extracts provide incredible cardiovascular health and boost your immune system against coughs, cold, flu, and more, enhancing your whole family's general wellness. Contact Zaya Limited on 0266 040 050 for wholesale and retail. Comvita olive leaf extract, nature's secret to wellness.
Hush, my little baby.
For babies' tummy pains, minor digestive upsets, or teething, caring mothers everywhere used Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture. It's quick, effective, and sure to leave babies smiling again in no time. Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture from Ennis Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
Standpoint, well, we are supported by Matamis. They give us the port. Wedding Empire, they take care of the decor for our program today. And of course, water, Awake mineral water, Awake purified mineral water. That's what we are drinking, and it's produced by Casapreco Company Limited. Pilco gives us the fruit juices, that the daily fruit juices. Go-Got yogurt, yes, that's what, yes, Counselor is drinking. He's really enjoying it. Okay. And of course, we say thank you to Yep Cleaning Services, and they make sure our environment is clean. Nana, so what do we do? Is it too late, or we can go back to basics and get it right?
It's never too late. It's never too late. When you say go back to basics, because the world is not like the world we used to live in, we as parents have to re-strategize. We have to look to our God. We have to add God into the disciplining of our children. Because if we ourselves don't succumb to that greater authority, we will not have the authority to also bring the children up in a way that will also be right in the eyes of God. So it's never too late. At least I know that some parents are doing a good job.
And I think the parents are also too competitive themselves. They force the children to also be competitive as well.
Because if you can't give what you don't have, you can't give what, as a parent, as I sit here, I cannot give my children what I don't have. What I have is what you give them.
Some parents give their children what they don't have. They will go and borrow and give it to their children.
In terms of, I'm saying that if, in terms of discipline,
right,
if I feel, and exactly why I said we should be content. If you are content, you're not looking at what this person has in order to, by force, have it and, impose it on the child. People go as far as, borrowing money from friends, borrowing from here and there, wanting to do things that's right. Birthday presents, oh yeah, plenty. When they come to school, it's somebody's birthday. Do you necessarily need to by force do this every year for the child, so that the school says? That's why plenty schools have cancelled that. Birthday celebrations, people are bringing stuff, umbrellas for gifts, bringing big things for gifts when you do not actually have. So be content. This is what I have. Exactly what you should give the child.
Osofo.
You're back to me.
Yes, back to
I was just about to yogurt myself.
Osofo.
You see, I thought it's actually tough, so I was yogurting myself. And
so that keep you busy.
I was busy myself. You see,
your final?
Well, my final. Thank God is the final. You see, like you all said, no child has a right. And I want to emphasize on that statement. We are making properties for the children, but not preparing the children for the property. That's where we are today. You can't imagine that a child will talk back to an adult. You can't imagine. Now, children can even marry without their parents. Hey, Gifty. I keep saying that you are always a parent until you die and go to the cemetery. For that matter, somebody's child matter should also concern you. Like you said, parents now dress their children in the image of something they wish they were. I can't imagine you go to a salon.
Parents bleach and they bleach their children.
Oh, my sister, bleach their husbands.
Madness.
Now it's not just about their children. That the ukalambra so kakra. But they don't know when you bleach your husband, he becomes more attractive for the other girls outside. They've forgotten. You can imagine that a man will take the son to a salon and will go and cut the hair according to a footballer. What image is your child? I went to do home service for a child, and the room has photographs of all the nude people who are musicians. And I asked the mother, where is this? Is it a cemetery? Oh, it's Kweku's room. I said, madam, and so you brought me here to see what you are doing for your child. He said, hey, because the daddy is not around, he says he wants this. And the boy, small boy's bed is full of teddy bears. He sleeps with some in the lap, some on the head. So why won't he masturbate at 15 years? Ladies and gentlemen, I came to tell you, if marriages will become better on earth, we should stop zookeeping and poultry farming. Like they said.
Of human beings.
Yes. Yeah. Like they said, beating is not the only thing. But the children must know their limits. Like somebody has a question. I'm watching a telenovela. I want to watch it to destroy my marriage. I'm okay. Because I'm demanding a husband in a telenovela who comes home and say, hello, honey. I want
but
to
you
watch.
Kiss your wife in public.
No, I gave her a kiss because you are married. It was a symbol of your marriage in the place.
Yeah.
And most people didn't even know she was my wife. You know? So when I kissed her in public, she was like, she's a shy person. But I gave her a kiss in public. What I was saying is, I'm married to her. And I kiss her with respect and dignity. Right. And I adore her more than my mother. Yeah. And that's on record. My mother knows that decision taken by my wife is higher than her own now. You see, the reason is because of the training she gave me. I want all of us to learn that no child is above you as the parent. As hopeless, as useless, as aimless as you are, raise a child not to be that. However, don't spare the rod to spoil the child. The Bible says, train the child the way he should go. And when he grows, he will not. The way he should go, and when he grows. Now look at the schools. I hope it's not in your school though. They demand birthday party of church people in the place. And the teacher was able to look at my face and tell me, if you don't do it for her in the school, she'll feel something. I said, what is the something? Define the something. Her birthday, so what? Me, on my daughter's birthday, I celebrate my wife. Because the day you are celebrating the happiness of the child, that was the day she was going through pain. So I celebrate delivery day, not birthday. When she grows, she should come and celebrate her birthday. But for now, I celebrate the woman who pushed her. So you people are waiting for me in the school to bring what? Cake for the teachers to eat. Drink for them to take. Gifts to share for who? These are not cutting our course according to our size. May God help us. And in my last point, women, allow correct, sensible, qualified men to marry you. Don't bring burden on you to bring burden children for us. So that you end up becoming something else. God bless you.
On that note, I'll be back with a bit of me. You know, the most memorable moment I have in my 7 years secondary education at Infants Mind Girls Secondary School was that one time that I saw my father get down from STC bus across the streets, got down with just a loaf of bread under his armpit and his briefcase, and he came to visit me. It was the most exciting, and I've left school over 26 years now, and it's still a fresh memory in my eye because I knew where I was coming from. I knew there was no money at home, and it took a lot for my father to get that money to board the STC, buy the bread, and come and visit me, and still pay my school fees and all. I still remember when I started coming on TV. One fine Monday morning, my father made me descend in a gutter in front of the house to clean it, with buses, you know, passing in front of the house. Everybody said, oh, girl, know about TV. So that lady who comes on TV. And my father was standing tall, looking at me. I finished, I ran to my bedroom. In fact, our bedroom, because we were shared. Crying. And he came and said, listen, I don't hate you. I just want you to know that the fact that you are coming on TV doesn't make you any better than anybody. Any of your siblings or your age group that you are growing up with. It's just a privilege. And always remember that when you are busy messing up with complacency, arrogance, and pride, somebody's warming up to take over from you. See it as a privilege. Parenting. Every parent wants a child, as Nana said, and I think all my Reverend Lutrot and then Doctor said, they want to see the children succeed and become achievers. But we forget the process that it takes to get there. We picture it, my child up there, sitting on TV, talking, people receiving awards. My child being the best actress, being the best doctor. But the process, what kind of process is that child going to go through to get there? Is it going to go through by sleeping with lecturers to get grades? Is she going to go through by cheating through? Is he going to go through by smoking, drinking, stealing? What are we doing as parents? Does the provision of materialistic or material things the only way to show love, or the ultimate way to show love to your child? And honestly, I think most parents have become very lazy. A lot of parents have become lazy and are bribing their children. No wonder we have corruption in our system. Because you don't have a time for the child. You are bribing him or her with the material things. Because you don't want to sit up and have a conversation with your child. So you are buying things for her to fill her time. I think we all as a society have to bow our heads in shame because we failed our children. Let us stop blaming the children and start blaming ourselves, our parents. Hopefully it's not too late for us to get it right, because one day our children will blame us. If you watch The Standpoint, we've had programs where children will sit here, not young, sometimes older, and say that my mother did this, if my father hadn't done that, if my mother hadn't done that. And you will regret it. You will regret it. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.